Try that one more time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. That's more like it. That's more like it. My name is Yane Barner. I'm an organizer with 1199 STIU. We're here today on this National Day of Action. We're here today with home care workers and airport workers across the country coming together to fight for $15 an hour and union rights. And so I'm going to kick it off next to a home care worker in D.C., Rena Gababito.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited today to stay here. My name is Rena Garavito. I am professional home worker. I'm working in D.C. I home health aide for 5 years. I work to have. I'm working for 3 personal clients in the house. I stay here because I want to represent every home health aide in D.C. I have my story. I stay here because I'm working 12 hours a day for 7 days a week. I need working to have because my family depends on me, my children. I have 3 children, 2 daughters and 1 boy. It's not possible to stay in house because I need working all the time. It's not possible to stay in my house for my children because when they stay in house or going to the appointment, the company not pay me this day. And my son every day say, "Ma, you going to the job?" I say yes, because I need pay my rent, I need pay my utilities, I need pay everything. I need have money for going to my job, coming and back. This is the moment I stay here today. I wanted somebody listen to me why I stay here. I wanted my situation change. This is the moment I fighting for $15 per hour. And remember, Claude Mark Jr. This is all today. I say somebody listen to me. And in the future, you say the home health work can change to the situation. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany Hunter, and I'm a home care worker. I've been a home care worker for 4 years. I started doing home care in 2012 to take care of my mom. After my mom passed away, I decided to continue to be a home health aide. I'm compassionate, I'm a natural caretaker, and I like what I do. My current client that I'm working with is 92 years old. She depends on me for everything. I bathe her, I dress her, I prepare her meals. Last week, I took her for a walk, and we ran into my aunt, and my client explained to my aunt how much she loves me and how much she depends on me. I take great pride in what I do for my client, and I try my best to give her the best care possible. I work hard at what I do, and I take care of my client, but I struggle to take care of myself. That is why I joined the campaign. That is why I'm here fighting for the $15 and the union rights. I deserve to be paid more for the work that I do. I shouldn't have to struggle just to pay for my necessities, and it's important that we have a union. Without a union, they could go back and take the money that they're giving us now and go back to the less than the legal amount. If we win for all of D.C. The agencies are scared of the power that we will have if we all join together. So, with that being said, I was even threatened by a manager that if I wanted to join the union, that I would be let go. So, I'm not scared of the threats. I'm here, and I'm fighting for the $15. I'm fighting for the back pay. I'm fighting for the overtime, and I'm fighting for the paid sick days. I'm fighting for better rights on the job. So now I'd like to introduce to you our mayor, who's fighting right along with me. She's right on the front lines of fighting for 15. Please welcome the friend of the working person, Muriel Bowser.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. Please. So you heard the young lady. I want somebody to listen to me. And that is what we are here to not only listen to the workers of Washington, D.C. and our region, but we're actually here to stand up and fight for them. And one of the biggest things that we can do to fight for them is make sure they have a fair wage. And so that's why we in Washington, D.C. are going to fight for 15. Let me acknowledge some people who are going to fight with us. I want to start with our council member, Alexander. You saw the reporter come in, Tom Sherwood, who wants to ask questions. He wanted to know what I thought about council member Alexander. And she's fighting for the residents of Ward 7. That's what I think. I think she knows that in order to close gaps in Washington, D.C., people have to earn a fair wage. And I'm so happy that she's here. I know somebody else who's fighting for Montgomery County. Our neighbor, Mark Elrich, is fighting for 15. And Mark lives just on the other side of the border from us, and he recognizes that workers in this region, they don't recognize political boundaries, but they live here and work there, and we're all in this together. And I'm so appreciative, not only that Mark is here to support us, but I'm also appreciative of the very encouraging comments that I've heard because of Mark's leadership come from Montgomery County. Now, wouldn't it be great if Prince George's, Fairfax, and Arlington, and Alexandria was here with us to fight for 15? Because the truth is, workers across the entire region need help and need relief, and that is why we're here. Let me start with thanking some of the purple people. 1199 SEIU home health care workers. Give them a big round of applause. Let me acknowledge and thank 32BJ of SEIU. Give them a big round of applause. Let me acknowledge our deputy mayor who is fighting for opportunities for Washingtonians. So as our city prospers, everybody has a fair shot. Deputy Mayor Courtney Snowden, give her a big round of applause. So this is what I know. Washington, D.C. is a prosperous city. We have one of the strongest economies in the country, and a lot of what I'm saying about Washington, D.C. applies to Montgomery County. When I was on the council, my colleagues and I voted to give our workers a raise to $11.50 an hour. Montgomery and Prince George's are on that path as well. And this July 1st, the minimum wage in Washington, D.C. will be $11.50 per hour. Now, while that was a big step, Councilmember May, and I'm so glad that you've joined us, our very, very able council member from Ward 8, give her a big round of applause. We know that $11.50 was a big step, but it doesn't get us to the finish line. We know what's happening to grocery bills, child care expenses, transportation costs, and the other expenses that every family has to encounter. Today, more than 1 in 5 Washingtonians lives below the poverty line. And many of these folks are the unsung and unnoticed people. There are people, many of them are getting up and going to work every single day. They are dishwashers on U Street, janitors on K Street, cashiers on Martin Luther King Avenue. They work hard, they play by the rules, and they do right by their families. They show their children every day that sometimes it takes 7 days a week to make the ends meet. But they want to see their children grow up too. They want to be there for the special events in their lives. They want to be able to put aside some money for vacation and college and new clothes every now and then. That's not too much to ask, is it? That's why we're fighting for 15. So people working hard, playing by the rules, they get their pathway to the middle class too. I believe, and this is what I know, sometimes people ask me what surprises me about being mayor. And I know for sure that I was elected to continue the prosperity of Washington, but to stand in the gaps and say we have to close them to be the city that we're supposed to be. We have to make economic opportunity actually mean something. So I'm using every tool and every chance I have to make sure that we spread the prosperity of Washington, D.C. We're creating more affordable housing units than any mayor has ever done. But as I like to say, if you don't have a good paying job, or if you don't have any job, you won't be able to afford that housing. We're training people every day for the jobs of tomorrow. We're bringing good paying jobs east of the river. And we're making sure that we don't fall off the fiscal cliff when it comes to TANF. And we're working with the council to make sure we reform those programs. We're doing all these things to make life better for people. But there isn't a good wage at the end of that job training, or a good job, a good paying job at the end of that TANF cliff, then families will be forced to leave the city that they love, the city that they worked hard to build. Now, as a person whose family has been here for 5 generations, I can tell you right here and right now that that won't happen under my watch. We will do every single thing possible to make sure that everybody willing to play by the rules and work hard for it will have a pathway in the city that they love. So raising the wage to $15 an hour will help tens of thousands of people who live right here in Washington, D.C. And I know that some people will say that raising the wage will make us less competitive. But we know that our partners around the region want to help their constituents too. We also know that we're going to put on the table all the different proposals that affect our competitiveness and affect our place in the region, and make sure we're making prudent decisions for the residents of the District of Columbia. As we work to end homelessness, as we work to help people get off of temporary government assistance, as we invest in affordable housing, one thing that is clear to me, if we are to be successful in all of those things, we have to raise the wage. We have to make sure that people have access to good paying jobs. Now, I wondered what the people of Washington, D.C. would think about that. So my team, I asked them to go out and get some petitions signed. And it's only been a few weeks since the state of the district. And guess how many Washingtonians said we need to raise the wage? So they put their name on it, they put their address on it, and they put their phone number on it. So what do you call that? I call it an endorsement for raising the wage. So I wanted to be here with SEIU, who's really on the front lines of serving residents, patients, people who are really the most vulnerable. And we know as our city ages, grays, that we need those people to be treated fairly. We need those workers to earn a fair wage. And that's why it's so important not only that we recognize all of our workers, but we really see them, really hear their stories, really understand that they want what everybody wants, a chance to raise their families, to give their children a better life. And that's what we're here to work for. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, everybody for joining the fight to raise the wage, and let's get this done. Who's with me? All right.